We're all familiar with cliches found in novels and everyday conversations. Better safe than sorry, bring to the table, you can't judge a book by its cover, the grass is always greener on the other side. But are there cliches common to scientific writing? And if so, what is wrong with using them? Hi, I'm Karen McKee, and in this video I'm going to go through some cliches that I see frequently in scientific manuscripts, point out the problem with each one, and suggest alternative wording. Let's begin with a couple of phrases that I often see at the beginning of an introduction. It is well known that, or it has been long recognized that. These phrases are sometimes used to introduce a scientific finding widely accepted in the field. For example, it is well known that competition is an important organizing force in plant communities. The phrase, "it is well known that," is not necessary. This sentence gets the same point across and more effectively introduces the topic of the paper. Although competition has been emphasized as an organizing force in plant communities, recent investigations support facilitation as an important mechanism influencing plant distribution and success. In recent years, this phrase is sometimes used to introduce a topic, but is vague and becomes outdated as the paper ages. Be specific about the time frame. Since 2001, from 2001 to 2005. The results speak for themselves. No self-respecting author should ever write this. What it means is that the significance of the results is so obvious that there is no need to interpret them. It's a huge mistake to ever assume your reader knows why your findings are important. You must tell them and back it up with a detailed interpretation of your data. It is important to note that, it is worth noting that. These are much overused phrases that usually are not needed to emphasize a point. As shown in Figure 4. Although you must refer to figures and tables in the narrative, it's best to do so in parentheses at the end of a sentence describing what is shown in Figure 4. The morphological traits of the two herbaceous species differed substantially, Figure 4. It is clear that. Be careful using this phrase. For example, this sentence makes a claim about the importance of nurse plants to recovery from disturbance, but the reason is not really clear. It is clear that herbaceous nurse plants are important to the recovery of disturbed areas. It is usually better to provide the evidence and the reasoning to support a statement. The finding that some herbaceous species can have a positive effect on mangrove recruitment suggests that natural regeneration of large disturbed areas may occur much faster if beneficial species are present. More research is needed. More research is almost always needed. Instead, be specific about what research is needed. Future research can seek a better understanding of how co-occurring drivers of vegetation change, such as elevated atmospheric CO2 and climate warming, may interact with responses by species and ecosystems to sea level rise. This research has important implications for. This phrase is often used to make the research sound more important. If true, then spell out the specific implications of the work. Understanding the importance of plants in promoting wetland resilience to sea level rise is essential to accurate predictions about the future fate of salt marshes and mangrove forests and the development of effective management and restoration strategies. Another attempt to highlight the importance of a work is to say, this study adds to the literature by. Better to say, the discovery of X greatly expands our understanding of Y. It is beyond the scope of this paper to. This is a phrase that may be used to indicate the boundaries of the study. However, its use may emphasize the limitations of the work and might be best avoided. In conclusion, it can be concluded that. Such phrases often appear near the end of a paper or major section of a paper, but they are often redundant. If you have a conclusion section, there is no need to say in conclusion. If there is no conclusion section, you might be justified in using in conclusion. Good writers avoid cliches because they indicate, among other things, that the author is unimaginative and lazy. Use of cliches in your scientific papers can make your work sound unoriginal or mark you as a novice writer. It's best to avoid cliches, jargon, colloquialisms, contrived acronyms, and buzzwords in scientific writing. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to tap the like button if you found this video helpful. And if you have a cliche that has been used in a scientific paper and that I didn't mention, please leave a comment.